Specs, you wanted to...
Yeah, just for the arts, the panel, innit? And I'll go to Steve first, because obviously he spoke for a little bit.
Steve ain't quiet, man.
Steve, you still here with us?
Steve heard Punani. Steve heard Punani.
He's like... Yo, Steve. No, just to everyone, because I've been speaking about it for a while. Get me? Nick Pope, yeah? Like, as it stands, obviously there's not other alternatives, but are you... going forward, especially if you're like trying to compete for certain positions and stuff, for me, I always think every game Nick Pope is suspect, and I feel that no one really talks about it. But I'm not having a dig at him. It's just like observation, because every game I know it's coming. Whether he's a great shot stopper, which I love. He's not good with his feet. Sometimes he's got to rough with the smooth. You know he's not good at playing from the back. His kicking's absolutely wild. It is what it is. But now with the whole, when he's supposed to parry the ball, he has to catch it. When he's supposed to catch it, he's parrying. And I just think at some point, people might not talk about it now, but it's going to be an important game where you need that 3 points to be full for later on in the season. And I think those things will cost us. So I'm just asking the panel, do you think Pope is really the man to be going forward? Because I think he's suspect.
I do agree with you.
You know I'm saying, because no one talks about it. Some people don't really talk about it. And I'm thinking, why is no one? It's not being negative. It's just a conversation. Like, I think Nick Pope is absolutely suspect. I know he's come up with injury, etc. But I just think, bro.
The thing is, it's a plain question. Is Pope going to be the future for Newcastle? And he's had good saves, but he does have flaws.
It's every game. I believe, and I think it will continue. You call him mistakes anyway. Don't get it twisted. You call him mistakes. But I think he's proper suspect, man. I think he's proper suspect. And sometimes that can make the defense not confident as well.
To be fair with that, people have criticized him, and they do. I mean, all last season until he got hurt, they were criticizing. And I believe one of those games that he got hurt, or the one before, that they scored because he punched the ball. He didn't go out there and get it. He just punched it and gave it back to the opponents, and that happened. So he's been criticized.
No,
heavily.
I don't want to get criticized like that. Like I said, you got to support your players, isn't it? So it's not a dig at him.
Oh, you can criticize, man.
Yeah, it's true, but I'm just saying. I just think he's suspect, and sometimes I question who's getting paid to be goalkeeping coaches as well. Because I'm like, it's the same thing we've seen all the time. I know you can't put a player out to play. Once it's out there, You can't. It's not FIFA. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just thinking like. I just think he's really suspect. Great shot stopper though. I mean, a brilliant save against Spurs. That shot from Maddison. So I think it's like going in the rough with the smooth. But now I'm starting to see those weird suspect behaviors with his hands. Yeah. And if he's fucked with his hands, then what's going on then?
Yeah. I don't know what everybody else.
I don't know what Gary or Stephen, if he's awake.
It's an avid point because we all know exactly. Great with his hands, absolutely pants with his feet. And we saw that, against Tottenham. He had quite simple passes to do, but he just doesn't always seem to take the easy choice. He makes it very difficult for himself because he'll earmark the likes of J7 to go out on the left-hand side, then he'll kick it straight out for a throw-in. And you're like, why do that? Why not just go centrally and say to the lads, compete with it up in the middle of the park?
It's every game, even in Bournemouth. It's every. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't. If it wasn't every game, I wouldn't be nitpicking. It's every game, and I'm thinking when I do my live watch-alongs, I'm like, is nobody seeing this shit? Like, people will say to me, "Specs, what's the alternative then? Put in the DUBRAVKA? Call me crazy. Me personally, I run with the DUBRAVKA. Call me crazy, but I'm saying, obviously, there really is no alternative. But I'm just finding it a bit concerned at times that. So the Spurs game, no one really talk about it because we won. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So imagine,
you look at his stats over the last 3 games, So we're only talking this season. Played 3, started 3, 90 minutes per game. Goals conceded below 1 per game. So again, you straight on to the metric that you want. Saves per game, it's 4, so 86%. Obviously, you can't really go on successful runs. He's conceded 2 goals, conceded 2 from inside the box, none from outside the box. So, like I say, his actual positioning for shots from distance, you've got to go on that, are quite good. We saw him against Tottenham, where he clawed one out the top corner. Yeah, a bit of a camera save, but he's got to get into the right positions first. At this present moment in time, in 3 games, he's made 12 good saves, and his goal prevention is just over 1. So if you was to give one of the other teams a goal, say give Bournemouth a goal, all of a sudden we're on 4 points. So you can see the benefits of the lad from not having him. And I know people will say, well, who do you replace him with?
Yeah.
And that's the thing, isn't it? You at this present moment in time, I think we have weaker areas in the team that we need to concentrate on. Before we look at replacing.
That is true. However, to be fair to DUBRAVKA, he did make a lot of saves last season as well. So
when you put
Yeah.
DUBRAVKA up against Pope as a comparison, there is a vast difference with the saves.
But that's Gary. But that's my point though. So that's why you see everything you just said. That's spot on. But that's where I think it's going to be a time, and it will happen. Remember I said so. Remember this today. All those stats go out the window at some point because he could. Let's say one game he does brilliantly, bro, and makes 2 howlers or 2 suspect behaviors, which he does mostly every game. That could cost the game, and all that goes out the window. I'm telling you. Remember I said this. This is going to continue, and sooner or later people are going to start getting pissed because it's going to start costing. I promise you. Fans
are what they are, man. Pancakes. Flip like pancakes, man. One day somebody makes a mistake, they'll kill him.
We'll do it. We'll do
it. So
mistakes is cool though.
Mighty Wayne does it all the time though.
Mistakes is okay, but it's when it's I think the same suspect behaviors. Like, come on, there was 2 shots at him that my little child could have held on to. He chose to that wouldn't get to the goal. He just could have twice happened in the game. Just catch it. I know it's easier said than done. We're not on the pitch, but you can clearly see just catch the ball. But he does that, and then come on, man.
Yeah. All right. Well, good stuff. I agree. I'm sort of leaning towards you, by the way.
I don't know what the other guys think, or Stephen or Roy. I don't know.
Oh, Steve, what's up, man?
Steve in the house.
I can see what you say about Pope. He's good at saving with his legs, but when it comes to kicking the ball, he's very suspect. And I don't like this playing out from the back. I think if you got a goal kick, you kick it. Not flipping passing it, kick it forward, down the centre, long ball, whatever. I think too many times we've been caught at the back because of passing. And as you said, he's not brilliant at passing. He's great with his hands. As I said, saving with his legs he's pretty good with. But yeah, I think at the moment, yes, we got DUBRAVKA as backup, but we need to be looking for a young keeper to eventually take over from him. I know that we've been looking at the Burnley player?
Sure.
But at the end of the day now, we've got too many keepers now, and that's just, we need to do something about that. This Greek keeper, I'm not sure how good he is. He played for Greece this week. They won their games, didn't concede. So maybe he's all right. We don't know. I don't know much about him really.
Now Pope's our number 1.
But
Pope is our number 1. No doubt about that.
Yeah.
He's suspect. So that's where it gets concerning. That your number 1 is suspect. So what do we do? That's what I was leading to. It's just weird. It's just a bit concerning.
I think until he makes a major mistake, he's number 1. He's going to be in the team. Unless he gets injured, he's going to be number 1. And that's the point, is then DUBRAVKA will step in if needed. But until he makes a major mistake and his confidence, he doesn't look right, that's the only way Eddie's going to put him on the bench.
Could be a confidence thing now. Maybe with those parries, when he's supposed to catch, he don't catch. He's supposed to parry, he doesn't parry. I think, and it's all like in the mind as well. When we had an injury with his, as well, so it could all be psychological. Could be that as well.
Well, it's at the end of the day, it's down to Eddie to sort of look at that and think, right, okay, let's give him a break for a game. Let's do something with his confidence. But it's down to Eddie to see that. And if he's not seeing it, then, we don't know. And also it's down to his coaches to keep an eye on as well.
True that.
Roy?
Right, he is our number one. But yeah, shocking with his feet. Distribution is bad, which should be a big part of the game, but he's not working on it, obviously. And yeah, sometimes some easy balls. All he has to just catch it and he carries it away and sends it for a corner. And one of them, I think it was against Spurs. He could have just stayed where he was and just grabbed the ball, but he had to jump. And he flew kind of sideways in the air, in the middle of the air.
Mental.
And then it just let it. It was like, what you done there?
And there's no need, there's no pressure. It's all self-inflicted.
There was no need. Yeah, it was just a free corner. It was. Sometimes just stand where you are and just grab it. I think maybe it could be confidence. You never know.
Could be.
Yeah, and some people were talking about sometimes diving to the left where his shoulder went before. I don't think so. He shouldn't be playing. If there's anything wrong with his shoulder, he shouldn't be on the pitch.
I don't think there'll be anything wrong, Roy. I think it's confidence. I think when you've suffered dislocation like that, it's always in the back of your mind, especially when you're, extended and going down on that side. Yeah, I think it's always in the back of your mind. When I snapped my tib and fib, when I first went into a challenge, it was always a case of afterwards, even though I've got a plate in my leg, am I still going to have, any repercussions?
Yeah.
And it takes a while for that to get out of your system. You have to go in for a couple of 50-50s and just be reassured. Now, with a keeper, it's your mainstay is your arms, isn't it? So that may be the like I said to Chris when we were both having a little bit of a, we saw the save in a different way, if you like. Chris said, that's what he's supposed to do. He's push it away to go out. And I said, well, I totally agree with you. But the way it come into his body, it should have been a save that was simple for a goalkeeper of his stature. Because it's come at the chest. There's very little pace on the ball. Yes, it jumped up, it was skiddy. But at that level, you expect them to be gathering those within the chest. So, and again, because he was coming down on the left-hand side, which is his weak shoulder, was that another contribution in his mind, the reasons why he parried it and then tried to reassess the situation? So there's a number of reasons or rationales for what he did. The problem is, he's still our number one keeper, and if he has got chinks in the armour, then we have to deal with it.
Yeah. Mighty Win, you got the last word on the Pope concern.
Nick Pope. Listen,
Damn,
Nick
man.
Pope. Nick Pope is
Just a super microphone.
How the fuck, man?
All right, go on. No, we got you, man. Stop messing with the audio. I got it. You don't have no clue. Just talk, man.
Fucking hell.
Nick Pope is probably not going to win you a Champions League, right? But right at this moment of time, with the money worries we've got, goalkeeper is not a priority. We need a right centre back, we need a right winger, and we need we need cover in midfield. Decent cover in midfield.
But the question is, concerning, that's the question. Forget all that. The question is, do you find it a bit concerning going forward that Nick Pope is so suspect? And we could cost us
absolutely
a European spot, like a last game. Like, let's say that Spurs game was the game to get a full spot. And Isak doesn't get that last minute goal. And then you get what I'm saying? And it's every game it seems to be. That's what I'm saying. Do you not find it?
No, Specs, mate, I'm with you 100%. I mean, I am almost the Lord voice on the channel in terms of sticking up for Dubs, because I think Dubs is almost as good a goalkeeper as Pope. But funnily enough, one of the things you said was that Pope doesn't inspire confidence in the defence. And one of the arguments against DUBRAVKA was that Pope does have the confidence of his defence, whereas DUBRAVKA doesn't.
No, I mean, does the defence have confidence in Pope? And those things are happening. You can make it a bit, especially
but
shift of defence change. You get me?
Put it this way. I think when we had the best defence in the league, which was Trips, Shea, Botman, and Burns, I think they did have the confidence in Pope. But we haven't got that defence now. It's not the same. It's not the same 4 players. But having said all of that, surely they must know that what you can't do, given that situation, is pass the ball back to Pope and expect to deal with it with his feet.
Thank you.
Because you can't. They should know. And if and Roy, if they can't pass back to Pope
Go.
safely and confidently, what do?
Hoof the twat.
I would
Hoof the twat.
Hoof the twat.
Exactly.
Get out of there, bro.
Just get it out of there.
Hell yeah.
So, but as I say, I think with the financial constraints we've got at the minute, goalkeeper is pretty low down on my list of priorities.